In this video, we're going to learn how to use tari to list example actions without listing everything. For example, I do things like take pictures and draw illustrations. Let's say Shiro is going to Japan and plans to go to shrines, go into hot springs, see cherry blossoms, eat takoyaki, do shopping, and more. When someone asks her what she's going to do in Japan, she doesn't want to list everything she's going to do. So she wants to give just a few examples of her planned activities. To say, I do things like example 1 and example 2, we use the ta form of the verb, which is the short past tense, and add ri. We do this for each activity, and after listing all the examples, we end the sentence with shimasu. Let's try an example. I will do things like go to shrines and see cherry blossoms. The first activity is go to shrines. The ta form is jinja ni itta and add ri. The second activity is see cherry blossoms. The ta form is sakura o mita and add ri. Then we end the sentence with shimasu. The complete sentence is jinja ni ittari, sakura o mitari shimasu. Jinja ni ittari, sakura o mitari shimasu. Let's say Shiro returned from her trip and someone asked her what she did in Japan. So this time she wants to say, I did things like go to shrines and see cherry blossoms. That would be jinja ni ittari, sakura o mitari shimashita. Here the only change is that shimasu became the past tense shimashita. You might remember that we can use the te form to connect multiple actions. Why not use the te form and say jinja ni itte sakura o mimashita? This means I went to shrines and then saw cherry blossoms. So this sentence doesn't match Shiro's intention because it suggests these are the only activities Shiro did in Japan and that they happened in this order. On the other hand, tari allows us to list sample activities without any specific order. What if Shiro asked you what you want to do in Japan? Let's say you want to give 2 examples and say, I want to do things like do shopping and go into hot springs. The ta form of do shopping is kaimono o shita, add ri. The ta form of go into hot springs is onsen ni haitta and add ri. To express want to do, we end the sentence with shitai desu. So the complete sentence is 買い物をしたり、温泉に入ったりしたいです。買い物をしたり、温泉に入ったりしたいです。If someone asks what kind of anime Attack on Titan is, Shiro could say they do things like fight with titans. The ta form of fight with titans is 巨人と戦った and then we add りします。巨人と戦ったりします。Please note that listing 2 examples may be the most common, but it's perfectly fine to list just 1 example or as many examples as you want. The key point is that tari implies the list is incomplete, meaning there are more things that aren't mentioned. And examples listed with tari do not necessarily happen in the given order. Let's try some quizzes. Here's a list of things Shiro does on weekends, and Shiro wants to say, I do things like take pictures and draw illustrations. For the example activity, what form should the verb take? The verb should be in the ta form. What is the ta form of take pictures? 写真を撮った。After the ta form, what do we add? We add the. What is the ta form of draw illustrations? イラストを描いた。Do we need the after the second example activity? Yes, the is required after each example activity. And how does the sentence end? We end the sentence with します do in this case. Altogether, 写真を撮ったり、イラストを描いたりします。写真を撮ったり、イラストを描いたりします。Now Shiro wants to say, I like doing things like take pictures and draw illustrations. How does the sentence end? To say I like doing something, we need to change the verb to a noun. So we say するのが好きです。So the complete sentence is 写真を撮ったり、イラストを描いたりするのが好きです。写真を撮ったり、イラストを描いたりするのが好きです。Let's do a listening challenge. 去年、青森に行きました。青森は自然がきれいで、海鮮が美味しかったです。奥入瀬渓流で散歩したり、発食センターで美味しい海鮮と八戸名物のせんべい汁を食べたり、地獄沼の前で写真を撮ったりしました。また行きたいです。今度は仮暮らしのアリエッティのモデルになった整備園に行ったり、有名な弘前城の桜を見たりしたいです。お土産に青森名物のアップルパイを買いたいです。Today we learned how to use tari to list example actions without listing everything. Thank you for watching. ありがとうございます。